Alright guys, so one of the things about having a channel that does BMW DIY is even the most mundane stuff, you kind of feel like you need to make a video of yourself doing it, so this is one of those videos. We're going to replace the battery today in the BMW. For those of you watching, I'm sure you already know, the trunk is where you're going to find the battery for the BMWs. So what we're going to do, we're going to change the battery in the 330 that I have, and maybe not. It just started raining a little bit. We'll try to see if we can do it quickly. I guess it means I won't be mowing the lawn today, but hopefully we'll get the battery done. Alright, so let's get started. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get the tools necessary, and I'll meet you guys in the trunk. Alright? Alright, first things first. Again, if you guys are watching this, you already know where the battery is. It's in the trunk. This is an E90 330xi that we're working on. And if I'm talking fast, it's because it's sprinkling a little bit and I want to get this done. Alright, so let me move the camera over here just a little bit. So here's what we're looking at. We've got this brace across here. You take that off. It's 10 millimeter, I believe. Yep. So it's 10 millimeter. We're going to do that first. Okay, so this comes off. Set that aside. What we've got going on in here, got a couple things. We've got the negative terminal we're going to disconnect. And then we've got a hold down over here on the side. We've got the different clips over here. I gotta see which one's the main one to undo that one, only that one. So this thing here is actually what it does is if the car gets into an accident, it'll actually have a little explosion and it'll break the connection, the positive connection to the battery, so will not short things out and cause an engine fire or something. I don't know. That's what I've been reading. This off of there. Alright, so that's off and out of the way. Alright, so there's the main connector for positive. What I do is I'm going to take this hold down thing here first off. So whoever had the car before me must have changed this battery, and this is not a BMW battery in here, so no, they didn't take it to the dealership. Alright, so this little pad, this is a little brace here that holds on to the end, or the very bottom of the battery, and when it screws into the body it kind of holds that down. It's like a little clamp. So we'll be replacing that as well, or putting it back in once we get the battery out. Okay, so this whole thing's already loose, so they didn't clamp it back on the battery like they were supposed to. disconcerting that this piece here is undone. I didn't undo it. Alright, so for now let's just get the battery out of here and I will figure out what they did wrong. So I disconnected the vent hose also. I'll show you that once I get the battery out, where that is. So let me try to pull this out. I'm going to slide this out, disconnect this, just to give myself a little bit more room and be able to better separate all the wires. Alright, so here's our negative, here's our positive. Looks like the vent hose is going absolutely nowhere, which is not good. I see where it's supposed to plug in. Okay, so here's the vent hose. This side goes into the battery. This end is supposed to plug in. Let's see if I can point it out. So there's a little vent area down at the bottom. I'll try and post maybe to point out at least the area it is if it's not showing up on the video. So I need to plug that back in with the vent hose, and I want to see what the heck this wire is and why they have it unplugged. Alright, so let me put the other battery up right back. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is attempt to single-handedly hold this crap out of the way while sliding our new battery into this hole. And we all know how excuse me, how light batteries are, so this should go well. Just inch it over. One thing you want to do is make sure that your vent hose is in a place where you can reach it later. So I'm trying to make sure that's not pushed down. Alright. There's that, but the little plastic piece decided to come off. There we go. So in this particular battery, the plastic cover that holds the for the positive terminal. It's got this on it. There's vent holes on both sides of the battery on this one. So what I want to do is put the vent hole, or the vent tube rather, in on this side, and then put this plug on the other. Let me scoot this over. Alright, so I plug that in. Plug in the vent tube on this side. I've already reconnected it down there at the bottom. Pardon me. And read this seat again. So I'm going to try to put this piece on now without dropping it. This should be fun. Alright, get that piece started. Part appears to be on. Okay, that's snug. Alright, so still don't know what this piece goes to, and I will be finding that out. Close this back up, and before I put the brace on, I'm going to see if this car starts to make sure we're good to go. So, alright, bear with me. Alright, car starts, so that's pretty good. I am going to do some research on this mystery cable. Not a fan of having mystery cables on my cars. For now, I'm going to tie this back down like it's supposed to be. Do my research. And then I'll update this video, let you know what I found on that cable, if it's anything important. Don't know that it's extra parts like you find in a Udall from IKEA or something, but not a good feeling. So anyway, there you go. Car didn't start before, new battery, car starts now. So that's a success. Found a mystery cable. So the adventure continues to find out what in the world it is. So, a couple things left to do is I'm going to go back and get my core deposit for the battery I bought. And then I'm going to go on to the Carly app, Carly for BMWs, and register this battery so that the charging system knows how to charge it. So one of the other steps. So we'll take this battery back and I'll see you in a little bit.